Welcome to a Fifth of Chat Gaming. Today we have a trade secret. That's right, we have a trade secret about Venom omnibus. This is by Cates and Stegman. Right over here, this is a direct market cover that's in my hand. Right here's the standard cover. We'll have that cover with that, and then we'll end up breaking down what's inside the book and going over what we think of it and a few little other things on the way. Without further ado, let's dive in and see what's inside. Alright, so this is going to be one of those big hefty books. This has 1,352 pages. That's right, over 1,300 pages. This ends up collecting Venom, the 2018 1 through 35 issues, and then the annual for that era, Web of Venom, the Venom, Carnage Born, and Wraith. And then it also covers the events of Absolute Carnage 1 through 5, which was in 2019. And then it also covers King in Black, which was in 2020. Also includes the Free Comic Book Day, Spider-Man/Venom of 2019 and 2020. And then also incoming, that was from 2019, Carnage Black, White, and Blood #2. That was in 2021. So something unique with the book is that it has a nice little cover, and this is also Venom by both Cates and Stegman. So that's what it's going to end up being symbolized and everything. Stegman is the artist that was throughout this entire thing. And something unique about Ryan Stegman is that he's actually a Michigan artist, and that he ends up doing certain works with Marvel, which was obviously Venom, Thor. And then also an Image, he's working with Cates on his latest project, Vanquish. He was a very down-to-earth. I ended up meeting him at a con. Pretty outgoing and up to be about it. So this is a spine. Obviously, this is a front. This is off from Venom number 200. This is the direct market cover. This is something that you'll find over at your local comic book shop, organic price books, and stuff like that. Talking about organic price books, if you use the code of 5th of Jack at checkout, you'll save a couple bucks off your entire order. This is true right here, is that this will change how you think about Venom forever. The back. God is coming. So this has a big build-up that comes over for the King in Black storyline, which was a pretty good storyline. However, if you're having a choice between the two different omnis, I would strongly suggest picking up this bad boy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get. No. This comes out of a big fold out with the big dragon. So it starts off with a nice little thing, Venom by Cates and Stegman. This is like his go-to. This is like his main character that he loves, and growing up he'll end up having different lores and stuff like that. Talking about Cates, he is a person that came from Texas, and he ended up having some popular work working with Aftershock Comics, doing Baby Tooth, Dark Horse, a little heavy metal action, House of Wax, Image Comics with God County, Redneck, Crossover, which is a newer book too as well, and most recently, Vanquish. It's a project that him and Ryan Stegman are working together on. He did a little bit over at IDW, Marvel, obviously, Venom, Guardians. He also created Cosmic Ghost Rider. And it kind of became like the Marvel frontman. I believe he was doing a run on Hulk, but he ended up doing it off for a different product. So we got a little introduction by Cates, breaking down Venom, and then we start off with a story. I don't know how in-depth that you would end up wanting us to end up going on this. I wasn't planning on going super in-depth with this one, but if you wanted us to be going in-depth with our book reviews or story reviews, let us know down in the comments down below. So the art is a stellar art with it. It's a good modern version of it. It gives a whole big backstory that he's ended up building up. It makes it a big build-up to King in Black. However, it's also important that it also includes the Absolute Carnage storyline, which is, I think, is the second best Carnage story I think maximum carnage, which is going to be found in the Spider-Man versus Venom omnibus, is going to be the first time printed in the bigger size. Will be the best way to end up going with that. But enough about carnage. We're talking about Venom. Building up to meeting Null, which is the symbiote god. And as far as that, I'm not going to try breaking it down too much because I want to leave it so you can end up reading the story. But like I said before, if you wanted us to end up breaking stuff down more thoroughly, let us know down in the comments down below. We're going to be talking about the mapping of this book. This mapping is a very well paced, and it ends up actually adding to the storyline, where compared to other books like The King in Black, the mapping of that book kind of makes you drift away and everything that goes along with it. But this, if I had to choose two or one of the two books to pick up, I'll be picking up this because he included the main story of Absolute Carnage and The King in Black, and the mapping is so well paced and everything. It's perfectly done with this book. It really drives you wanting to read it because there's a mixture of action and everything with it. We get to find out that he has a son. We get to meet different characters such as Virus and Sleeper. And there's certain other events that help out with that. We also get a little glimpse into the history of Eddie Brock. Something that you wouldn't know until you actually end up reading the story. Yes, this is a little bit more on the teenage side of the spectrum because of all the action and gore and stuff like that. But I would strongly suggest picking this guy up if A, you're a Venom fan, B, you're looking for a great book all around, and C, if you want something that's very well paced. That's going to be found that's going on with this. You're going to end up having the action. You're going to be able to have the lore. You're going to end up having anything that comes over with it. Like I said, Cates is a big fan of Venom, so he wanted to make sure that he finally got his moment in the sun, which he did and has. And to be completely honest, after this run, it kind of falters off a little bit. Because obviously Cates ends up leaving the run for a bit to be working on Thor and then also Hulk. I like how they end up including all these little covers that's inside there. Like the end page, or not the end pages for that. Don't want to go too far in depth. There's Null. We'll go through the covers a little bit. Little added additions to it. And that's everything that's inside the book. So with that being the end of the book, we would give this book a 10 out of 10 off our scale of that. We love the book. We love the mapping. We love the story. We love the effort that both Cates and Stegman put into the book. Adding the nice lore, nice history that comes along with the book. The mapping is quite strong. Also having the events of Absolute Carnage and King in Black also adds to it, which you'll be noticing that this has a good solid build-up that's towards the King in Black. Planning on picking it up, you can go to organicpricebooks.com, use the discount code AFIFAJACK, all spelled out, to be able to save yourself a couple bucks off your entire order. Helps us, helps you guys, helps everyone all the way around. Also, if you're liking the content that we're putting out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified about whenever we come out with new content. And if you're liking the books that were coming out, or the reviews, or you have any pointers or anything like that, let us know down in the comments down below. We would love to hear from you guys. Have you read the book? If you have, let us know as well of what you think of the book. With the comments as well, we would like to know if you would like the more in-depth version of a review, or would you like a more general review? I tend to try bouncing back and forth, but I would like to try having some a little bit better direction, and I would like to see what you guys think and what would you guys suggest. We plan on giving you a book review and a deck tech once every month at the very least, to be able to continue on going forward. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.